our subject is future of earthquake-based disaster logistics and futurist approach. I'm beginning the introduction and disaster logistics, problems and solutions in disaster logistics, expected developments in disaster logistics, futuristic approach in disaster logistics, methodology, and finally, I talk about the conclusion and evaluation. Disasters that occur in the world can be caused by natural as well as human-induced factors. These disasters cause damage to cities, villages, and inhabited areas, and also result in loss of life and property. They refer to the moments when normal life is interrupted and nearly comes to a halt. Accurately and effectively planned disaster logistics management activities are crucial during these moments when life comes to a halt. Today, it is evident they still suffer damage or even face extinction due to deficiencies in planning, coordination, and opportunities. To mitigate the consequences of disasters and to minimize damage, it is essential to always be prepared for such events and manage them well before, during, and after they occur. This is where disaster logistics management and practices become crucial. The concept of disaster logistics involves the provision, storage, planning, implementation, and control of goods, services, and information from production points to consumption points in a cost-effective and efficient manner to meet the needs of those affected by a disaster. Disaster logistics practices should be dynamic and tolerated to the specific event suitable for addressing the situation at hand. Each disaster requires a unique set of solutions that depend on the area and geography affected. Therefore, disaster logistics must adapt and develop new approach with a sustainable perspective. As a result, there has been a growing interest in disaster logistics in our country and around the world, particularly in recent years. Given that earthquakes are among the disasters that occur frequently in our country, there is a critical need to create earthquake-based disaster management and action plans. Looking at disaster logistics from a futuristic perspective, it is clear that digital transformation technologies can have significant and beneficial impact, making disaster logistics services more efficient, innovative, and solution-oriented. Futuristic approach can ensure that disaster logistic applications are carried out in a more integrated and fast manner using digital processes. Several digital technologies such as artificial intelligence, big data analytics, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, autonomous robots, virtual reality, and augmented reality can be leveraged to improve disaster logistics operation. With a futuristic approach, the technologies mentioned above can be applied in various aspects of disaster logistics processes. These technologies can help determine the regions that require assistance, identify which materials should be sent to the affected areas, prioritize them based on urgency and availability, sort the aid received, place them in appropriate warehouses, collect donations, and manage resources. There are numerous areas of use for the technologies such as system preparation, transport mode selection, optimization of vehicle loading plans, and post-disaster support. This study involved a literature review of the concept of disaster logistics, discussion of the problems encountered in disaster logistics, and proposed solutions. Furthermore, the study examined the expected developments in disaster logistics and evaluated disaster logistics application with a futuristic perspective using a qualified research method. What about the disaster logistics? What is it? Disaster logistics is expressed as the efficient and rapid delivery of equipment from the supply point to the disaster areas in order to meet the necessary needs of the communities damaged by the disaster. Disaster logistics is the process of storing all the products, materials, and equipment needed in order to alleviate the problems and suffering of the people affected by the disaster and ensuring their flow at affordable cost in the process of transferring them from production centers to consumption centers. Problems and solutions in disaster logistics. When the disaster experience are evaluated, it is seen that the main problem that comes to the fore is lack of planning. At this point, the whole process should be planned down to the smallest detail according to the worst scenarios that can be experienced after the disaster. Within the scope of disaster logistics, planning activities should be carried out effectively. The disaster risk of the regions should be evaluated. Necessary materials should be stored in accordance with the disaster type. The inventory should be kept. The tools and equipment should be listed. The necessary distribution plans should be made for using an emergency response. The choice of warehouse location is of vital importance for the effectiveness and sustainability of disaster logistics. Incorrect selection of the disaster distribution location and improper establishment of the facility are associated with human life. Problems and solutions in logistics correctly tells 10 criteria for a good effective disaster management can be listed to clearly distinguish the difference between the needs and demands created by disaster types and disasters. Distribution and division of labor, allowing the appropriate processing of information, allowing the appropriate use of decision making, focusing on improving broad-scale coordination, blending new response teams with existing teams, providing mass media appropriate information to have a well-functioning emergency operations center. Expected development in disaster logistics, it is important to create predetermined and publicly announced meeting areas in order to meet the needs of people affected by disasters such as health, care, security, and nutrition, and to prevent them from being affected by possible secondary disasters. Gathering areas should be determined by
Nazlıcan, Nazlıcan,
yes.
go on please.
Okay, I'm listening.
Go on please.
I'm keep going on. Futuristic approach in disaster logistics. One of the important issues affecting success within the scope of disaster logistics management is the effective use of technology. All technological tools developed with Industry 4.0 technologies should be used effectively in the disaster logistics management process. The use of technologies such as artificial intelligence, unmanned aerial vehicles, and Internet of Things is important, both in search and rescue studies and in post-disaster humanitarian aid logistics. Artificial intelligence, which has the power to add real value to disaster logistic processes, stands out as a general umbrella technology, in essence as a provider with innovative technologies and solutions that can be described as unique. Big data is the whole of data that is difficult to store and analyze, which is impossible to process with available systems. Since disaster logistics progresses in process-oriented manner, it is used to benefit from this data in data collection, interpretation, and analysis. The use of big data, which takes place at many points in the disaster logistics processes, with deep learning allows to reach solutions in complex situations by interpreting large amounts of data. Since it provides real-time data generation, it provides qualified assistance at all stages in matters such as logistics, coordination, management systems, technology-based security, controls, and automatic sensors by managing large amounts of data that can help all stakeholders. Among the advantages of the Internet of Things are increased efficiency, time and resource saving with digitalized processes, healthy operation of processes with recorded data, systems that provide instant notifications and keeping records of transactions regardless of time and place, while providing disaster logistics services, ordering priorities, determining the needs listed correctly in the first response, and strong communication and coordination against unforeseen situations make it easier to take precautions. At this stage, the fact that the data is processed correctly and the data can be accessed quickly provides efficiency and agility in the event of a disaster. The use of geographic information systems, mobile applications, wireless information technologies, for example, unmanned aerial vehicles, Internet of Things, and the effectiveness of management systems in current applications show the development of disaster infrastructure in such cases. Our methodology is subject of the study. It includes the determination of the role of possible technologies to be used in disaster and the benefits that are thought to be presented to human life. Purpose of the study is the examination of futuristic approaches that can be disaster logistics as a result of natural disaster and the development of awareness in this direction. Importance of the study, it is thought that it will contribute to the literature in terms of determining the factors affecting futuristic approach in disaster logistics and disaster logistics which have been emphasized in recent years. Type of research, the research has a qualitative feature. In the light of the information given in the first chapters and the document review, a qualitative study was carried out in the last chapter. Research methods, reviews were presented using the document review method. Literature, reports, and archives were searched about the future of disaster logistics and futuristic approach. And finally, conclusion and evaluation. Disaster are effects of life as a good disaster logistic management policy should be developed in order to successfully deal with disaster. At this point, the number of both theoretical and applied research on disaster should be increased and necessary precautions taken in line with this research data. And evaluations. Outsourcing planning for disaster logistics from private sector suppliers and institutional structures should be established at the ministerial level. Availability of human resources to take part in search and rescue activities is important in the post-disaster responses. Training experts in search and rescue activities is very important for both professionals and volunteers. Each person must be trained in search and rescue activities. Professional search and rescue teams should be trained and the society should be trained on this issue by starting a training company. Thank you for your time and listening. Then I was all going to cut. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, Nazlıcan.
Yes.
Actually, you have many studies. I know. I just knew Professor Ayşe, but you have so many studies on logistics and especially disaster logistics. Congratulations once more. This is an effective and impressive presentation, which suits also to our design and for Hatay Hall. And if they have any question, sorry, Selçuk Bayer, what do you think about drone usage during disaster times for delivering some goods? Can you give some answer to Professor Bayer? She asked a question. Nazlıcan, can you hear me? What do you think the drone usage? Probably Nazlıcan cannot hear me. During our earthquake on 6th February, actually the main one of the main important problem was telecommunication. Communicate with people who are under the disaster and under the buildings. So one of the main solution was that using mobile GPS carriers, but they somehow do not have such legislations in our country, just not in our country, probably in any country. So yeah, it may be used, but it has to be
Geliyor mu acaba?
yes, we can hear you. If you have another answer, you can give to buyer's question. He asks that whether it would be good or not, or actually, what do you think about the drone usage during disaster and
Hocam
disaster
sesim geliyor
times?
mu şu an?
Yes, we can hear you. Nazlıcan, duyuyorum.
Tamam hocam, bir düştüm de o yüzden. Hocam bunu uzun
Allah
anlatmam
düşürmesin.
gerekiyor. Yani Amazon aslında drone'la teslimata başladı şu an halihazırda. Onun dışında daha fazla kullanım alanı henüz genişlemedi ama kesinlikle iyi bir yöntem olduğunu düşünüyorum.
Burada tabii sorulan disaster aşamasında, yani
Evet,
felaketler
evet.
aşamasında.
Öneri olarak hocam, öneri olarak bunu sunmuştuk zaten öneri olarak.
Okay.
Hızlı bir çözüm açısından, kontrolünü sağlanması açısından çok doğru olacaktır. Ama halihazırda bir kullanımı yok şu anda.
She says we have given such proposals, but the application is not enough right now. Okay. And tomorrow we will have a project called Yada Stone, and this is also related with this study, Nazlıcan, especially the third way of thinking in your study. We'll see how we can do together such kind of papers. Tomorrow will be a good implementation also. We try to make an implementation during our conference, during our session, in this hall again. Okay, now Hasan Akıncı and one more, Ezgi Avcı should have presentations. Is Ezgi Avcı here? No. Okay. Hasan Akıncı.
Yes, I am here, teacher.
We are loading your presentation. Wait a bit. And then can start. It was on electricity, right?
Yes.
Producing
Sure.
self-electricity, I think.
Okay.
Uploading process has started.
But
Wait a
I
bit.
don't see.
Wait a bit. Be patient. I didn't see your message before. Sorry for that. I would have seen your message. I would load